Good morning, everyone. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay on the video. I've actually got Airbnb guests here at the moment where I'm staying, and they went to bed early, so I couldn't really do a reading yesterday because, yeah, the walls are quite thin. Anyway, very exciting energies. I'm going to start with the Divine Masculine read, and as always, I'm going to start with calling in the divine protection of my archangels, my dragons, my higher self, and any other dimensional beings that are around me of the highest divine order and purpose to protect myself and everyone else who's watching this video. So I call you in now, Archangel Michael, to seal my space with this sword and protect me with your shield as I give the reading to the collective, both divine masculine and the divine feminine energies. I ask you to put a bubble of protection over myself, my house, and everyone else who is watching this video. And please secure the line between the messages from the cards, from my voice into the ether of YouTube. I call you in, dragons, to wrap your wings around me, surround me with the armor of love of the divine light, and I call you in to breathe fire into the grids of anyone who is currently watching this video and enable the frequencies of positivity, love, and light and healing into the grids of where they sit into the world. So, without further ado, I'd also like to welcome in Metatron and Archangel Jeremiel, Shamil, Cassiel, Hathor. She's been very prevalent energy with me. Mary Magdalene, Jesus, Saint Germain, the Merlin lineage, which of course is including the dragons. And yeah, I think that's about it. So anyway, the divine masculine for this particular collective, we're starting off with number 9, which is a very incredible number in the divine order. But this is the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is very much about going into introspection. And there's a couple of cards here about doing the same thing. So interestingly, both the reads mirror each other as well. So I think that's really, really, really poignant with regards to where we're at in the energy. So this is about going inwards. This is about taking some time out. This is about being in your own space and basically shutting out the noises from everyone around you. Like maybe you're getting some downloads right now that you are heading into this space of being center of the stage. Maybe this is something that you know you can do, but you're struggling with at the moment. And Spirit is saying, well, if you just go in and do the work and work out what's stopping you from believing that this exists, what's stopping you from believing that you cannot be center stage of your own life, and take that microphone and be super, super like vibrant with your journey, with your story. This very much is about standing in the power. Like you see the torch here, and again, that mirrors one of the other cards that's come out. This is about standing in your power. This is potentially about being public speaking, telling your story on a platform which goes viral, but also not everyone can come with us with success, and this is quite poignant because the next card that came out was the 10 of Wands, and this is about walking away from everything that no longer serves us. And sometimes we don't know what that is unless we go into that introspection mode of actually analyzing. I like to say, do a personal audit. Go through your friends and your family. How do you feel about them? Write their name down, do a thought process around them. What are the energies that they bring you? If it's nothing but divine love and acceptance for who you are, if there's anything negative there right now, Spirit is telling you to maybe walk away from it for a while, just to silence it, just to go inwards and strengthen that ability to say, you know what? No, I don't care about your opinion anymore. It's not that I don't care about you, but this is my life and this is my choice, and I'm going to tell my story and I'm going to stand in the spotlight, and it's time. And the next card that came out, those of you on a twin flame journey, this signifies the twin flames, right? The 1 and the 1, the 2 and the 2, the 4 of Wands. So this also is the ascension number, so it's 1111. So this is about, again, if Spirit is telling you that you have chosen to ascend in this lifetime, you have chosen to find that divine union within yourself that allows you the ability to step into the spotlight and know that your life is worth everything that you are believing right now in your heart. If you're in this situation where you're like, nah, it's time for me to speak my truth. Am I living a lie? You know, it's time for me to be honest with myself. How can I be honest with anyone else? How can I be honest and walk away from anyone else if I cannot have the time to myself to realize that I have to be honest with myself first? You know, we cannot step into this spotlight sometimes because we're carrying baggage from previous lives. We're carrying baggage from our previous chapter. And that baggage has to go because, you know, people, they don't get to ride on your coattails. They don't get to ride on your success. Particularly those ones who have pulled you back and said it's not possible. This is what Spirit's telling me right now, is that there's people in your life who are stopping you from moving forward because their voices are in their head. Those energetic cords are in their head. And every time that Spirit gives you an idea in your heart, you're like, yeah, gung-ho, I'm going to go and do this. And then you may go and speak about it. Then all of a sudden, like, people are like, oh, there's thousands of those, you know, YouTube videos. Who's going to be interested in your story? And then there's also people with the energy of the people that are attached to that story. And I say attached in the loosest sense. But those people will be wishing that you don't tell the story. You know why? Because it puts them in a dark light. And when I say dark, I mean it just is what it is at the time it was. You know, I believe that everyone does have a story, and when you can turn that pain into purpose and get out there and tell your story, it no longer has shackles on you. You know, that pain, that anything that you've suffered with in your life, bearing in mind you are one person in thousands of people, millions of people in this world, and you think you are the only one who went through this experience. Everyone has gone through some kind of experience similar, and you getting out and speaking your truth, finding your truth, being honest with yourself, walking away from everything that no longer serves because you finally take the time of that self-love to go inwards, because you finally realize that you are here to ascend. You know, this card is about competition, and maybe this signifies that you're thinking that there's no way you can start a business. There's thousands of others out there doing the same thing. But I want to tell you this as a direct message from Spirit, and this actually was sent to me as well. You have no competition. You have no competition. Competition is an illusion that keeps you stuck. It stops you from living your best life. Why? Because you think, oh, nobody could be possibly interested in my story, my photos, my creative arts. This is a broken paradigm. Your energy is everything. Your energy is everything with what you do. And this competition that you may be putting against yourself or other people, did you see that orb that just flew? This is sometimes about the head and the heart. This is about the internal competition that we have with ourselves. And again, this internal competition needs to be acknowledged, because this is about you ascending. This is about you shedding the layers from a broken paradigm that you cannot be everything that you know you can be. This is about competition within self, but also recognizing, are you looking at the rest of the world and putting yourself, another one, are you looking at the rest of the world and putting yourself in a position where you feel like you're competing with others? You know, the orbs that are flying around me right now, I would say this is a very strong message. Like, are you struggling to take action because you are going to be in competition with others? This is Spirit's direct message. You're not. You are here for a reason. You are here for a purpose. You are here to weave new ways of doing things. You know, I love this card. It is like the masculine, the feminine energy. And, you know, this is a family. And this doesn't just have to be a physical family that we birth into this world. This can be a family of everyone we have within our soul family. But this is about weaving new traditions. And maybe those new traditions are about like going and pushing away those fears, acknowledging them and going, you know what, I can do this. And with my ancestors by my side, with my spiritual gifts, with my spiritual inheritance, with my ability to pick the fruits of my labor, because the labor is sometimes doing the work to believe this doesn't exist. This is incredible. Like, this is just confirmation. Like, and maybe you are planning a family, or maybe you've got a family and you want to do things differently. Well, this is Spirit confirming that you are here to do this differently. You are here. If you've got children right now, then listen to the children. You know, how are they feeling right now in the world? Are they bringing any wisdom to the family that could actually really help you as a new generation in your family? And if you are starting to plan a family, what work do you need to do to ensure that your children are given the platform to be exactly who they want to be? What are you doing in your life that means that your children don't get things like you need to go into the hermit mode, and you can't be who you want to be, and you need to walk away from everything that doesn't serve you. Like, what are we doing in our lives that allows this platform for the kids to come in and just go, I'm a star and I'm okay with that, and I'm going to be a game changer for my family? But also, if you've always had dreams of a family business, then what if your family business is not necessarily what you grew up in, and your family business is to change? What if what you grew up in is elements of what you bring to your new traditions and your new family business? And what if the souls that have chosen to come to you cannot come to you until you heal this part? Because what if these souls coming to you are writers, are poets, are artists, are actresses, actors, singers, dancers, and they can't be safe to do that until you heal the parts of you that never were allowed to do what you really wanted to do growing up. You know, we have our magic when we're a kid, and part of our healing is about recognizing that we can go back there. We can do that. We can have that dream. And maybe when we do, that becomes a new way, a new family business that we're bringing the children into. And maybe those souls that are guiding you towards this path once again, because they are coming to you and they want to be safe. Remember this: whatever we can't heal, our children have to. And this is including if you've got kids now. There's never not an opportunity where you can change their destiny as well. And when I say change their destiny, I mean by opening that platform to have the easy ability to live their destiny. So the Three of Wands, you know, this card, she's looking out on the horizon. She's waiting for that big wave. She's the torch again, you know. She's waiting patiently because she knows she's been doing the work, and she knows that this big wave is coming, and she just has to embrace it and be in flow when it does. You know, this is a card that signifies opportunities coming, the things that you've been asking for, the people that you've been asking for in your life to help heal you, or help guide you, to healing, or help guide you to new opportunities. This is spirit saying, soul companies, soul groups, we're coming online now to support each other. And this is really, really awesome because it's followed by the King of Pentacles. This is the energy that kind of finishes the read. You know, we've got the two kings here, double masculine energy of action, and then we've got a torch once again and the orb. This is action time, guys. This is very much, you want it. Those opportunities are right there. Imagine that you're on a stage right now, and this is actually quite a cool way of explaining things. Imagine that you are center stage right now. Okay, the lights are dim. You're waiting for the curtains to open. But on the sides of your stage, side left, side right, up, center, all around you are opportunities to walk onto that stage and do that performance with you. So you're not alone. But first of all, we have to feel what it is to be alone on that stage. We have to feel that apprehension and that anxiety of what it is, that and recognize and acknowledge those things that push us forward in our life. You know, waiting for those curtains to open to this incredible new life that you're birthing, right? And all of these opportunities are there with you. They're there. You just have to allow them to jump on stage. And depending on what jumps on stage will depend on where you're putting your thought process and your energy right now. Gone are the days where we're doing this alone. We're not, and we're not supposed to in the new earth. We're supposed to work as collaborations. You know, you want to be a fashion designer, but you don't want to do the business stuff. Then ask God to send you someone who does want to do the business stuff, that's so in line with your vision that you work incredibly as a team. Masculine, feminine energies, balance both of you together, bringing forth your strengths. Knowing and accepting what your weaknesses are. And they're not weaknesses. They're just not what you love to do. And I think we go through life saying, well, you know, we've just got to do shit we don't want to do. No, actually, you don't. You don't have to. If you are a creative heart, if you are the feminine energy of the creative heart, the connection with spirit, and you are leading with this, and this is your core energy, then manifest someone who can take the parts that are going to drain you. Everything is energy. Why would God want you draining yourself, scratching your head 11, 12 o'clock at night, doing invoices, trying to work out maths, trying to do this, trying to do that, when actually your energy is better spent designing this, drawing this, writing this to become a game changer in the space? Why? Ask me. Why your higher self would ever put you through that? Remember, gone are the days where we have to do things on our own. We don't have to have this hyper independence anymore. And once we realize that, once we realize that maybe the reason why things haven't happened the way that we wanted them to happen was because we were asking the wrong people, because they were the only people available to us in our lives, but they weren't supposed to be part of our success. They weren't supposed to be part of our journey. They were supposed to push us away, reject us when we asked them, because they weren't supposed to be part of it. And then you find this gratitude when you start getting this ball rolling and you're like, you know what? I'm super grateful that you didn't say yes. I'm super grateful that when I asked for you to help for investing or anything else, you weren't the one to do it, because I stayed true to myself, and your offer came with all these conditions that didn't align with me. And I wasn't desperate. I just had to trust that something better and more aligned was coming on. Guys, this is the magic. This is the magic of the universe. This is the kings. This is the action. This is the abundance that we have. But we have to do the work. We have to do the work, being honest with ourselves. And how do we ever be honest with ourselves if we're not willing to go into this mode? If we're not willing to cut out everyone else's voices? I say cutting hurts. I'll say that again. If we are not willing to go into a space of our own that removes everybody else's voices that tell you, you just can't do this. Because you can. You can. And as I said before, God knows your intentions. God knows everything. The thought process that you have, the moment you think about something, it's out there. It's in a timeline. The moment you voice something, it's in a timeline. It's up to you to integrate them into this timeline. So all of these things you might have going around your head right now, all of these possibilities of what you could potentially do in your life, they are all there. They are all there. But working out what you want to do, this is a great exercise. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Have the space for yourself. Where do you see yourself? What room are you in? What tools are you holding? Who are you with? Are you on your own? Are you at a computer? Are you at a book launch? Are you seeing a book? Whatever right now. If you're seeing multiple things, then ask your soul, ask God, your guidance, your angels, all those one, to just focus on what's important for you right now. And I think that's the most important message to leave this reading with the Divine Masculines, is when we start to open our heart, when we start to realize our potential in this world, we can have anything we want. And that can get confusing. But there'll be something in your heart right now, something that's pulling you. And it may not be the path that you expected, but that's also the beautiful part. Because remember, rejection is God's protection. But rejecting yourself and what you truly know you deserve, this is the opposite to what the New Earth stands for. The frequency of love starts with self. So I really hope that helped with the Divine Masculine energy. I think it's really important to be clear when it comes to talking about energies. If this lands, if this resonates with you, you'll know it's you. You'll know this is where you're at in your journey right now. If both resonate with you, then maybe Spirit is telling you that this is what you need to do and accept to actually balance those energies. You see, when we go through this journey, we become more of the masculine and then we become more of the feminine energy. And the idea is to balance them and also to recognize when one is above the other and bring it back down into balance. So, I really hope this reading is wherever you're at right now. This is just Spirit confirming that it's exactly where it needs to be. So have some patience with yourself. And when you go into hermit mode, when you go into that space of finally doing the mirror work and being honest with yourself, what do you want right now? Ask those questions. What legacy do you want to leave? What do you want? What new traditions do you want to weave into your family? You don't want to have a family Christmas anymore because you've realized actually Christmas is just a commercial bullshit. Ask your kids. Hey kids, how would you feel if we didn't have Christmas with the big family this year? How would you feel if it was just us and we just went off camping? How about you You know, talk to them about what new traditions they want to bring to you want to bring to the family, and what do they want to bring to the family. You know, that's that Three of Pentacles of weaving that new thing. Include them. That's all I'm saying. If you've got children right now, include them. And if you don't, then work out how you can include them in the future. And if you don't want kids, remember, you're still attached to kids somewhere along the line, right? Our soul family has children. So again, you know, what kind of example do you want to be as a fun auntie, a fun uncle, or whatever? You know, this is all super important, because why we're doing this healing work is to bring forth the new generational mindset of you can achieve anything, and no longer are we stuck in those survival patterns. The survival patterns of the root chakra that's attached to our ancestry lines. Our ancestors surround us because they're telling us, we did this so you don't have to. We struggled. We were in survival mode because we didn't listen to the bigger guidance around us. Yeshua's teachings were all about finding that harmony within. Not having a male and a female, but a masculine and a feminine energy. Did you see that light that just came in then? It was about not having a guru. You are your guru. You have all the answers. And it's okay to ask for guidance to find that again. Those of you who think you can't do it on your own in this space, then ask for the person who has the right frequency to help guide you back to your heart. Because that person won't cost you thousands of dollars. That person will just guide you back to the ability to sit with this. Give you some tools to allow you to sit with this. And you'll be able to go in and heal yourself. So yeah, so much love to you guys.